Hamlet, Act 2, Scene 2, continued. Enter Hamlet, reading on a book. Gertrude. But look, where sadly the poor wretch comes reading. Polonius. Away, I do beseech you both away. I'll board him presently. Oh, give me leave. Exeunt Claudius and Gertrude. How does my good lord Hamlet? Well, God a mercy. Do you know me, my lord? Excellent well. You are a fishmonger. Not I, my lord. Then I would you were so honest a man. Honest, my lord? Ay, sir, to be honest as this world goes is to be one man picked out of 10,000. That's very true, my lord. For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog, being a good kissing carrion. Have you a daughter? I have, my lord. Let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing, but as your daughter may conceive, friend, look to it. Polonius aside. How say you by that, still harping on my daughter? Yet he knew me not at first. He said I was a fishmonger. He is far gone, far gone. And truly in my youth I suffered much extremity for love, very near this. I'll speak to him again. To Hamlet. What do you read, my lord? Words, words, words. What is the matter, my lord? Between who? I mean the matter that you read, my lord. Slanders, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have grey beards, that their faces are wrinkled, their eyes purging thick amber and plum-tree gum, and that they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hams. All which, sir, though I most powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not honesty to have it thus set down. For yourself, sir, should be old as I am, if like a crab you could go backward. Polonius aside. Though this be madness, yet there is method in it. To Hamlet. Will you walk out of the air, my lord? Into my grave. Indeed, that is out of the air. How pregnant sometimes his replies are, a happiness that often madness hits on, which reason and sanity could not so prosperously be delivered of. I will leave him and suddenly contrive the means of meeting between him and my daughter. To Hamlet. My honourable lord, I will most humbly take my leave of you. You cannot, sir, take from me anything that I will more willingly part withal, except my life, except my life, except my life. Fare you well, my lord. These tedious old fools. Exeunt Polonius. Enter Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. You go to seek the Lord Hamlet. There he is. Exeunt Polonius. That was Polonius. Rosencrantz. God save you, sir. Guildenstern. My honoured lord. Rosencrantz. My most dear lord. Ah, my excellent good friends. How dost thou, Guildenstern? Ah, Rosencrantz, good lads, how do you both? As the indifferent children of the earth, happy in that we are not over-happy on fortune's cap, we are not the very button, nor the soles of her shoes, neither, my lord. Then you live about her waist, or in the middle of her favours. Faith, her privates we, in the secret parts of fortune. Oh, most true, she is a strumpet. What news? None, my lord, but that the world has grown honest. Then is doomsday near. But your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune that she sends you to prison hither? Prison, my lord? Denmark's a prison. Then is the world one, or a goodly one, in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst. We think not so, my lord. Why then 'tis none to you, for there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, it is a prison. Why then your ambition makes it one. 'Tis too narrow for your mind. Oh God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams, which dreams indeed are ambition, for the very substance of the ambitious is merely the shadow of a dream. A dream itself is but a shadow. Truly, and I hold ambition of so airy and light a quality that it is but a shadow's shadow. Then are our beggars' bodies, and our monarchs and outstretched heroes the beggars' shadows. Shall we to the court? For by my fay I cannot reason. We'll wait upon you. No such matter. I will not sort you with the rest of my servants, for to speak to you like an honest man, I am most dreadfully attended. But in the beaten way of friendship, what make you at Elsinore? To visit you, my lord, no other occasion. Beggar that I am even poor in thanks, but I thank you, and sure, dear friends, my thanks are too dear a halfpenny. Were you not sent for? Is it your own inclining? Is it a free visitation? Come, deal justly with me, come, nay, speak. What should we say, my lord? Why, anything but to the purpose. You were sent for, and there is a kind of confession in your looks which your modesties have not craft enough to colour. I know the good queen and king have sent for you. To what end, my lord? That you must teach me, but let me conjure you by the rights of our fellowship, by the consonancy of our youth, by the obligation of our ever-preserved love, and by what more dear a better proposer could charge you withal. Be even and direct with me, whether you are sent for or no. What say you? Nay, then, I have an eye of you. If you love me, hold not off. My lord, we were sent for. I will tell you why. So shall my anticipation prevent your discovery, and your secrecy to the king and queen moult no feather. I have of late, but wherefore, I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercises, and indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave overhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire, why, it appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapours. What a piece of work is man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable. In action, how like an angel. In apprehension, how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet, to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me. No, nor woman neither, though by your smiling you seem to say so. My lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts. Why do you laugh then when I said, man delights not me? To think, my lord, if you delight not in man, what Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you. We quoted them on the way, and hither are they coming to offer you service. He that plays the king shall be welcome. His majesty shall have tribute of me. The adventurous knight shall use his foil and target. The lover shall not sigh gratis. The humorous man shall end his part in peace. The clown shall make those laugh whose lungs are tickle on the sear, and the lady shall say her mind freely, or the blank verse shall halt for it. What players are they? Even those you are wont to take delight in, the tragedians of the city. How chances it they travel? Their residence, both in reputation and profit, was better both ways. I think their inhibition comes by means of the late innovation. Do they hold the same estimation they did when I was in the city? Are they so followed? No, indeed, are they not? How comes it? Do they grow rusty? Nay, their endeavour keeps in the wonted pace, but there is, sir, an aerie of children, little iasses, that cry out on the top of question and are most tyrannically clapped for it. These are now the fashion, and so berattle the common stagers, so they call them, that many wearing rapiers are afraid of goose quills, and dare scarce come thither. What? Are they children? Who maintains them? How are they escorted? Will they pursue the quality no longer than they can sing? Will they not say afterwards, if they should grow themselves to common players, as it is most like, if their means are no better, their writers do them wrong to make them exclaim against their own succession? Faith, there has been much to do on both sides, and the nation holds it no sin to tar them to controversy. There was for a while no money bid for argument, unless the poet and the player went to cuffs in the question. Is it possible? Oh, there has been much throwing about of brains. Do the boys carry it away? Ay, that they do, my lord. Hercules and his load, too. It is not very strange, for my uncle is king of Denmark, and those that would make mouths at him while my father lived give 20, 40, 50, 100 ducats apiece for his little picture in little. S'blood, there is something in this more than natural, if philosophy could find it out. Flourish for the players within. There are the players. Gentlemen, you are welcome to Elsinore. Your hands. Come then. The appurtenance of welcome is fashion and ceremony. Let me comply with you in this garb, lest my extent to the players, which I tell you must show fairly outwards, should more appear like entertainment than yours. You are welcome. But my uncle father and aunt mother are deceived. In what, my dear lord? I am but mad north-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a handsaw. Enter Polonius. Well be with you, gentlemen. Hark you, Guildenstern, and you too, at each ear a hearer, indicates to Polonius. That great baby you see there is not yet out of his swaddling clothes. Happily he's the second time come to them, for they say an old man is twice a child. Hamlet aside to Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. I will prophesy he comes to tell me of the players. Mark it. To Polonius. You say right, sir. On Monday morning 'twas so indeed. My lord, I have news to tell you. My lord, I have news to tell you. when Roscius was an actor in Rome, the actors have come hither, my lord. Buzz, buzz. Upon my honour, then came each actor on his ass. The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral, pastoral comical, historical pastoral, tragical historical, tragical comical historical pastoral, scene indivisible, or poem unlimited. Seneca cannot be too heavy, nor Plautus too light, for the law of writ and the liberty, these are the only men. O Jephthah, judge of Israel, what a treasure hadst thou! What a treasure had he, my lord? Why, one fair daughter, and no more, the which he loved passing well. Polonius aside, still on my daughter. Am I not in the right, old Jephthah? If you call me Jephthah, my lord, I have a daughter that I love passing well. Nay, that follows not. What follows then, my lord? Why, as by lot, God wot. And then, you know, it came to pass as most like it was. The first row of the pious chanson will show you more. For look where my abridgment comes. Enter the players. You are welcome, masters, welcome all. I am glad to see thee well. Welcome, good friends. Oh, old friend, why, thy face is valanced since I saw thee last. Comest thou to beard me in Denmark? What, my young lady and mistress? By your ladyship is nearer to heaven than when I saw you last, by the altitude of a Chopin. Pray God, your voice, like a piece of uncurrent gold, be not cracked within the ring. Masters, you are all welcome. We'll even to it like French falconers fly at anything we see. We'll have a speech straight. Come, give us a taste of your quality. Come, a passionate speech. What speech, my good lord? I heard thee speak me a speech once, but it was never acted. Or if it was, not above once, for the play, I remember, pleased not the million. 'Twas caviary to the general, but it was, as I received it, and others, whose judgments in such matters cried in the top of mine, an excellent play, well digested in the scenes, set down with as much modesty as cunning. I remember one said, there were no sallets in the lines to make the matter savoury, nor no matter in the phrase that might indict the author of affectation, but called it an honest method, as wholesome as sweet, and by very much more handsome than fine. One speech in it I chiefly loved. 'Twas Aeneas' tale to Dido, and thereabout of it, especially where he speaks of Priam's slaughter. If it live in your memory, begin at this line. Let me see. The rugged Pyrrhus, like the Hyrcanian beast. No, it is not so. It begins with Pyrrhus. The rugged Pyrrhus, he whose sable arms, black as his purpose, did the night resemble when he lay couched in the ominous horse, hath now this dread and black complexion smeared with heraldry more dismal. Head to foot now is he total jewels, horridly tricked with blood of fathers, mothers, daughters, sons, baked and impasted with the parching streets, that lend a tyrannous and damned light to their lord's murder. Roasted in wrath and fire, and thus oversized with coagulate gore, with eyes like carbuncles, the hellish Pyrrhus, old grandsire Priam, seeks. So, proceed you. For God, my lord, well spoken, with good accent and good discretion. Anon he finds him striking too short at Greeks. His antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command. Unequal matched, Pyrrhus at Priam drives, in rage strikes wide, but with the whiff and wind of his fell sword, the unnerved father falls. Then senseless Ilium, seeming to feel this blow with flaming top, stoops to his base, and with a hideous crash takes prisoner Pyrrhus's ear. For lo, his sword, which was declining on the milky head of Reverend Priam, seemed in the air to stick. So as a painted tyrant Pyrrhus stood, and like a neutral to his will and matter, did nothing. But as we often see against some storm, a silence in the heavens, the rack stands still, the bold winds speechless, and the orb below as hush as death. Anon the dreadful thunder doth rend the region. So after Pyrrhus' pause, aroused vengeance sets him new a work, and never did the Cyclops' hammers fall on Mars' armor forged for proof etern with less remorse than Pyrrhus' bleeding sword now falls on Priam. Out, out, thou strumpet Fortune, all you gods in general synod, take away her power, break all the spokes and fellies from her wheel, and bowl the round knave down the hill of heaven as low as to the fiends. This is too long. It shall to the barber's with your beard. Prithee, say on, he's for a jig or a tale of bawdry, or he sleeps. Say on, come to Hecuba. But who, woe, who had seen the mobled queen? The mobled queen, that's good. Mobled queen is good. Run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames with bison rheum, a clout upon that head where late the diadem stood, and for a robe about her lank and all over-teemed loins a blanket, in the alarm of fear caught up. Who this had seen, with tongue in venom steeped, 'gainst Fortune's state would treason have pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamour that she made, unless things mortal move them not at all, would have made milch the burning eyes of heaven, and passion in the gods. Look, where he has not turned his colour and his tears in his eyes. Prithee, no more. Hamlet to first player. 'Tis well, I'll have thee speak out the rest soon. To Polonius. Good my lord, will you see the players well bestowed? Do you hear? Let them be well used, for they are the abstract and brief chronicles of the time. After your death, you had better have had a bad epitaph than their ill report while you live. My lord, I will use them according to their desert. God's bodykins, man, much better. Use every man after his desert, and who should scape whipping. Use them after your own honour and dignity. The less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty. Take them in. Come, sirs. Follow him, friends. We'll hear a play tomorrow. To first player. Dost thou hear me, old friend? Can you play The Murder of Gonzago? Ay, my lord. Well, have it tomorrow night. You could, for a need, study a speech of some 12 or 16 lines, which I would set down and insert in it, could you not? Ay, my lord. Very well. Follow that lord, and look you mock him not. Exeunt Polonius and the players. My good friends, I'll leave you till night. You are welcome to Elsinore. Good my lord. I so, goodbye to you. Exeunt Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Now I am alone. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I! Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit that from her working all his visage wand, tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, a broken voice, and his whole function suiting with forms to his conceit, and all for nothing, for Hecuba. What's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do had he the motive and the cue for passion that I have? He would drown the stage with tears and cleave the general ear with horrid speech, make mad the guilty and appall the free, confound the ignorant, and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears. Yet I, a dull and muddy-mettled rascal, peak like John o' Dreams, unpregnant of my cause, and can say nothing. No, not for a king, upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain, breaks my pate across, plucks off my beard and blows it in my face, tweaks me by the nose, gives me the lie in the throat as deep as to the lungs? Who does me this? Ha! Zounds! I should take it, for it cannot be but I am pigeon-livered and lack gall to make oppression bitter, or ere this I should have fatted all the region kites with this slave's offal. Bloody, bawdy villain! Remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain! Oh, vengeance! Why, what an ass am I! This is most brave, that I, the son of a dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must, like a whore, unpack my heart with words, and fall a cursing like a very drab, a scullion. Fie upon it! About my brain. I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have by the very cunning of the scene been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. For murder, though it have no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tent him to the quick. If he do blench, I know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be the devil, and the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape, yea, and perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy, as he is very potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me. I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play's the thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king. Exit.